Hello, this is Sabrina, aka Okie Mom, 2 girls, and today I'm coming to you with my very first video. So please have mercy on me and don't be too hard on me. I am shy when it comes to the camera, so please bear with me as I'm trying to put up this very first video for a swap that I was in. It's the Holiday Embellishment Swap, which was hosted by Virginia, my very bestest friend, who is Virginia1468 here on YouTube. And you had the choice between Halloween, I'm a Christian and I don't do Halloween, traditional Christmas, fall, and Winter Wonderland. And I chose Winter Wonderland, and my partner in this swap is Neri, who is DC Scrap and Rooster, and she chose Winter Wonderland as well. So let me start with my very first embellishment. This is not in any particular order, so please forgive me. I don't have the paper with me, but I believe I have all items on hand. So I will start with this little frame that I made, and this is one of Michael's frames, a Michael frame that came in silver, so I didn't do anything to it. I simply printed out this darling little image, which is an image I found on Pinterest, and it's a free image of a little angel in the snow, and I embellished it with a white snowflake and a clear snowflake, which attached on the upper left corner, and a little flower arrangement with some recollection flower, which is this flower right here, excuse my hand, and some white roses, a little blue spray that I picked up at Hobby Lobby in the wedding section, and a doily, a crochet doily that I folded up, and a wheat spray. And that is it for that embellishment. Then I have, sorry for the crinkling, I have everything in little bags. You move this out of the way or to the side a little bit. Then I have this, trying to get this in frame. It's kind of hard. Hold on. This little art I make. This is my version of the art I make, and I chose one of the bigger size dominoes, which I painted with a shimmery blue paint by Folk Art, and I wrapped the faux mesh pling around it, and in the front I have some My Mind's Eye snowflake paper, and it's from the Holly Jolly collection, I believe. A little Christmas tree that I have picked up, I believe it was at Michael's last year on clearance. I painted it and put some, what you call it, gesso on it, and on the bottom I put one of these beautiful crystal chandeliers that I was able to buy on eBay, and the top has a hanger. It was supposed to have a hanger where we can hang it all up. Let me try to put this down right here. And then we were supposed to make a flower, and this is the flower I have come up with. This flower is started out with a white doily that I cut up from a larger doily, a table runner, whichever it was, and then I had found this lace fabric at Savers, I believe, and I cut it in squares and I folded it up. It is similar to the flower that Trisha, a Little Shabby Chic, has been making. And then this silver stuff right here, it's not tinsel, it's actually eyelash yarn that I found on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and then I added another little doily and a button to it. It is not super embellished, but I thought, you know, less is more for this pretty flower. Then we were supposed to decorate a what you call it. Sorry, I'm trying to get this done as best as possible. This is one of them wood shapes, a holiday shape. We were supposed to decorate a holiday shape. And this is one of the Christmas wood holiday shapes that you can buy at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. I believe I bought mine at Michael's. And I started out with painting it in this glossy, it's called sea blue. Yes, I believe it's sea blue color, and I painted the entire thing. And then I added glue on the indentations right there, and I added some silver glitter. Then I put glossy accents all the way on the outline of the bird and added German glass glitter, clear German glass glitter. The eye is a flatback pearl, silver flatback pearl from Studio 118, that's the brand. Joanna carries it $1 spot, I believe. A snowflake button and some white leaves. There is a little doily tucked behind there. And another one of those wedding sprays that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby. This one is in white. I have some blue acrylic flowers and a blue mulberry flower and a white mulberry flower. And on the side I added this little crystal, you know, to mimic an icicle, if you will. And to hang it up, she can hang it on her Christmas tree or hang it on the wall, whichever she wants to do. I added some silver ribbon and another one of those flowers. Then we were supposed to make a altered key, and the altered key can be chipboard, cardboard, a Michael's key, a house key, whichever one we wanted to do. And for my key, I chose one of those pretty Michael's keys, and it was in silver already, so I didn't have to do nothing to it. For the top part, I simply made a little snowflake. It looks like a snowflake to me, out of lace, and I just cut a strip of lace with, in 5 sections, and I just simply, that has 5 sections, sorry, and I simply gathered it, and then I started gluing one of them pretty snowflakes on it, some blue roses, and this is one of an earring. It's actually an earring that I clipped the backing off. And then to add a little bit more sparkle, and I didn't want to use any glitter on this one, I wrapped it with a piece of the mesh pling, and I made a dangle charm with a little Prima dangle right here and a chain that I added some pearls and glass beads. I love these small glass beads right here. I found these at Joann's. And some cray glass pearls from Michael's. And that is my little key embellishment. Oh, and this bead right here is actually a ceramic bead I found at Joann's. So I hope that Miss Neri will like this. Then I was thinking, what could I do to make the spoon that we're supposed to decorate a little bit different. So I bought a pack of spoons at the dollar store, and they are the regular teaspoons, and I simply bent the spoon. I added a doily on the bottom, and this one I believe came from the Paperback Lady. Then I added some fun fiber in white and in gray and in silver, and then I added this silver sweet bird on there. And to hang it up, I actually had a big accident trying to put a hole in that darn spoon. I broke my crocodile in the attempt of putting a hole through. Well, you know, thinking that it is not too thick, you should be able to use the crocodile. It didn't work. It broke in half. Anyhow, so I had to change plans, and I simply put one of them little tiny in-between pieces from a doily or a table runner in the back. Underneath it, I put some E6000 and added this little string. And then on top, I added one of the rings that I had purchased from, oh God, ooh, what is the name of that? Vicky, who is Try Hard 64, I want to say, or 67. She had mentioned, you know, that a store in Los Angeles, it's called wholesalefashionla.com, I believe it is, and they are super fast with shipping. I'm in Arizona, and I received my package within 2 days, and they even gave me the courtesy to call, letting me know that one of my items was sold out, so I really like that. But anyhow, this is my spoon. I hope Neri likes this one. Sorry, it's kind of hard getting all of that stuff. Oopsie, sorry. Kind of hard getting all of that stuff in the picture. There we go. The next thing we were to make is a dangle charm. And this is my dangle charm, my version of a dangle charm. As you can see, we were allowed to make it a simple charm, a medium charm, or a chunky monkey, and like Virginia likes to call them. So I made a chunky monkey. I started out with one of these beautiful clasps, lobster clasps that you can get at Hobby Lobby. They're pretty sturdy. And then I've used a split ring actually to make it secure. You know, sometimes when you use the jump rings, they come open even if you try to close them really hard. And then I added 3 pieces of chain. Sorry, out of frame here. 3 pieces of chain and loaded it up with ceramic beads, clasp beads. This one is from the Tucson Gem Show. It was a choker necklace, and I just took it apart. It is one of them really beautiful natural stones, and it's glass, and it looks like glass. You know, glass looking. Yeah, it is. Natural looking. A little bell, jingle bell, you know, and a little boot charm. And then on the next one, a whole bunch of more of these beautiful. This one right here is a Jessa James bead. So this one is not glass. This is kind of plastic, but it's pretty. And then this blue one right here, and another class, excuse me, another class bead, a snowman charm that says joy, and a little Christmas tree. And then on the very last one, sorry, trying to figure out, I have some more clasp bead, clasp pearl, ceramic beads, and this pretty wreath right there, a snowflake, and another Christmas tree. And to make it kind of presentable, I created this little tag with one of my Spellbinders dies, the Labels 4 die, and I cut it with the first layer. In between is a recycled cereal box, and then I added some paper on the cardstock on the back, and some designer paper on the front, which coordinated with the theme. And on the top, I added some crinkle seam binding and some more of this fun silver fiber. So that is it for my charm I made for Neri. Then we were to make or decorate a small whatchamacallem, Matchbox. So to start out, I painted the sides, the top, the bottom, and the sides, you know, so when you take it out, you can see the pretty and the inside of the box. The outside of the box, the casing of the box, I simply wrapped in this pretty snowflake paper. On the back, I stamped the word Noel on a piece of white cardstock and black, and then I cut a little banner, and I inked the edges, and then I used stickles on it to bring it out a little bit. On the bottom part right here, I've used a Chinese parade, and then on top, I've used the teardrop trim This right here, this frame, is one of those frames that you can create yourself from the silicone molds that Martha Stewart is selling. And those are some little tiny, Lily calls them the doodad flowers. This little image I got from Pinterest as well, and I printed it out in, I believe it's wallet size. No, not wallet size. Whatever the smallest size is that you can do on the printer. And I printed it out on regular thin cardstock, and then you probably can't see it, but it has texture to it because I used the Studio Matte Medium, and what I did is I painted with a regular brush, not a foam brush, a regular brush, downward motion first, let it set for a second, and then I went across to give it that canvas texture. Thank you, sorry. We were supposed to make a hanger for it, so this little hanger is one of them fishing the fishing hooks, and I simply added one of the little jingle bells, and it's supposed to have a dangle, and for my dangle messed up again. And for my dangle, I've added a bead cap, and the bead cap has, I don't think you can see that. The bead cap has a little, oh gosh, can't think of the word. You know, them pins that you use for the beads. Anyhow, a jump ring, and then I made this little angel using a clasp bead, a spacer, the wings, and another clasp bead, which is actually two-tone. It's clear in the front, and it's kind of silver on the back, and then 3 little dangles crystal. And on the inside, we're supposed to create a scene. So for my inside, I used a Christmas tree charm, which I colored, which I painted in gesso, and then I added snow text, and I added snow text on the bottom for the snow. And since Christmas is all about Jesus and all of that, and I didn't want to force that on anybody, so I just put the bright star on top of it. So that is my little altered Matchbox, and I hope she likes it. The next thing, we were to make an altered stick pin, and my stick pin is one of the hat pins, and I have started out with a crystal bead, a bead cap, a ceramic bead, a rondelle spacer, another crystal bead, another spacer, milk glass bead, a spacer, another one of them crystal beads, a spacer, and a blue. And since I don't secure my beads, you know, it's up to everybody how they want to use their stick pins or not, and sometimes you have a little bit coming out on the bottom and a little bit coming out the front, and in the middle you have a bow or whatnot. So I never clue mine. I simply added earring backing, and then I added a regular backing. And to present it nicely, I simply glued 2 of these snowflakes together, and I added a rosette flower and stuck it in there. So that is it for my okay, so sorry, I had to stop the video real quick. There was somebody at the door. For my next project, I have the altered cork that we were supposed to make. And to start out, I started with a regular cork. I gessoed it to still a little bit to still see the printing on the cork and the natural beauty of cork. I then attached a doily on the top right here, some flowers, a wheat spray, and on over here I have a little spoon key that I gessoed up. In the middle, I'd simply used a memo pin from Tim Holtz. I added a white bead, a rondelle bead, and a crystal bead, and I've added seam binding for the hanger. This crystal, sorry, it's kind of hard to show this. This crystal embellishment is from Recollections, and it's one of those headers. You know, it looks like an arched header. And I added that, and then on the other side right here I've attached a dove. It's pretty glittery. On the bottom right here I've used some miniature, I believe it's 4mm for those that are good with those measurements, 4mm flat back pearl, another doily, and some more roses, but this time I've used the bigger size. And on the bottom I've attached goodness, what are these things called? You know them loopy thingy that you can screw in. Anyhow, I forgot the name of it. Sorry, you gotta bear with me. Y'all know I'm German, so sometimes I forget my words. But I've created another dangle, and this is a, basically kept in white pearls and a little bit of color. And these are the same beads as I used in the dangle charm. They are from Joann's and Michael's. And I've added a little jingle bell and a snowflake, sorry, and on the other side is a snowflake, and that is it. Just added a little tiny bit of color to this one. And that is my altered cork. And I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna have to hurry up. Then we were supposed to alter a little bottle, and I bought these little bottles at Hobby Lobby, and I believe they come in a pack of 6 or 8. And on the inside I've used one of them same Christmas trees that I've used on, oops, sorry, didn't mean to run this over, on my little art I make. I simply cut it off right under the green part. I cut it off with my wire snips, and I've added some E6000, and this is what you can see right there. The dot right here is the E6000, and I used my tweezers to put the tree on the inside. First I painted it up with a little bit of glue and added some glitter to it. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm new to this. And then I put E6000 on the cork part, put the cork in, and then I added a big bead cap, one of the pins so I could thread another pearl on there, a spacer and a clasp pearl, and it has a hanger, so she can either hang it, or if she wants to, she can take it off. And then around the top, to make it a little bit more appealing, I cut a strip of the mesh playing on the bottom. I've added some lace and a little bit more of the pearl. I don't know if you can see this. So that is that. And then we were to alter a doily, and I am fortunate enough to have let me see if I can get this. Fortunate enough to have some cherry lin dies, and this is the English Tea Party die, which I cut out of the same designer paper that I've used on all of my other projects. And the back is cut, another doily cut, so I have 2 doilies that are cut from the same die, and this one is just cut out of thin cardstock, and I glued them together. This is actually a die, a custom die from Our Daily Bread Designs, and I stamped it with Our Daily Bread, distressed it, added a little snowflake, another snowflake right here, and as a background for my flower arrangement I've used a dollar store snowflake, added some flowers, leaves. This is one of them little feather, rhinestone, and crystal flowers from Hobby Lobby I stuck in there, and some more wheat sprays, and that was that. And then my last item is ginormous. I can't even get this all into frame, but this is cut from let me hold it sideways so you can see it somewhat. It's cut from the Grand Leap, excuse me, phone. Okay, sorry. This is cut from the Spellbinders Grand Nestability die, and I used chipboard, not chipboard, a recycled cereal box for the inside, and then I've added cardstock, and on the front I've added some more coordinating designer paper. This is another Spellbinders die. It's the oval, floral ovals, I believe it's called. And then the labels for, again, I stamped a sentiment on it, Christmas blessing, and I sponged it, the inside. This is one of them little angel cherubs that you can get. I added some glue, and then I added glitter, and on top is glass glitter, so I make it really sparkly. I dipped some of my roses into some glue, and then German glass glitter, and I attached some right there, and a snowflake right here. This is an actual ornament that I purchased last year on clearance at Walmart. I just added some flat back pearls. On the side, I have some of that tulle netting trim that you can get at Hobby Lobby. This is some pretty lace. I believe Walmart sells it. I got it from my friend. What is, gosh, I'm throwing a blank right now. Told you I'm not good at this. Lori, she's on the same design team as I am. This is cut with the Tim Holtz die, which I picked up last week or the week before at Tuesday morning for $8. It's that Noel, vintage Noel or whatever it's called. And then some more flowers, wheat sprays, and some leaves. And on the top, I simply added some seam binding, some mini pearl strand, and some more of this fun tinsel yarn. And here is another one to keep with the entire theme, sparkly top, and that is it. The goodie bag I will not share with you guys that we were supposed to make, and I have not done the candy bar yet, as I don't know what I'm gonna get for her. So this is it. Please be gentle on me. This was my first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.